What's up guys, this is Astranox, showcase of Holiday Yufine in RTA. 15 skill ups on her. She's using Junkyard Dog artifact. She's on the burn build. The burn build. So it's about stacking the burns, dealing as much damage as possible from those burns. But also I have her on high speed, 242, 101 effectiveness, almost 4000 attack. You know, survivability wise it's not that good. But it's about hopefully going first, pushing the combativeness of the team so I can follow up, do my combo. And using her with Lilius is really fun. Actually, the battle with Charles, I didn't pick in time and I just had Charles. Whatever. Okay, so let's move on to the RTA battle in a second. So her strength and her weaknesses, I've talked about them in the past. And she was buffed, you know, more chance to land burn with skill 1, but really the Junkyard Dog artifact is the thing that makes it so you can stack those burns. If you get lucky, of course. See, she's very luck based, so you gotta land them and then they have to detonate, and sometimes they get cleansed or they have immunity, and that can be really unfortunate when that happens. So you have to pick her, and when you pick her, you gotta be smart about it. You gotta pick her last. You gotta be careful about what they're picking, and yeah, I mean, like you can see right here, Lilius doing her thing, you know, damage based on the highest attacker in the team. So it could work with top model Luluka, it could work with Holiday Yufine, as long as it's a hero that gets attack buff, you know, self attack buff, right? But of course, the greater attack buff on Holiday Yufine is much better to scale, so she's gonna have the highest attack, and like Lilia is gonna be dealing so much damage with a crit damage build. If you're looking for an emulator or a new phone, check the description of the video. So this battle is quite toxic because there's Spectre Tenebria, she's in the shadows, and I can't hit her. I can't hit her with top model Luluka. And Lilius, I mean, I've done, you know, the skill 3 already, so I cannot hit top model, Spectre Tenebria. So that's really unfortunate, and that defense buff, and there's even anti-crit buff on Spectre Tenebria. No crit right here on the second attack after downing Troublemaker Crozet. And now she's about to attack. No attack buff on her, but still, without having layers of protection, she's just dealing so much damage. I'm like, let's just go for the damage, baby. And she survives. If I provoked her, the barrier, I don't think it would be thick enough. My Lilius is not tanky enough, so I lost that one. It was a fun one. That player was in champion. He had a champion frame. So yeah, Holiday Yufine. I wanted to not have long battles. I've tried her before in longer battles. I just brought layers of protection. I'm talking Aureus, Adamant Shield, like barrier, defense buff. You know, protect her with Troublemaker Crozet, stuff like that, to keep her in play as long as possible. But then I feel like the more you extend the game, there's things, more and more things could go wrong. And especially in RTA, you know, the enemy, I mean, everyone's dealing more damage as the frenzy builds up, and you really want to make your stuff happen like early on. You don't want to stretch it for too long. If you're solely depending on Holiday Yufine to deal damage, well, you could be in for a really, really bad time because, like I mentioned, landing the burns and, I mean, having the burn stick on the enemy, and immunity, cleansing plays a big part. Yes, you know, with the skill number 1, she's not at elemental disadvantage, so it's cool. You can attack ice heroes, but if you attack Seaside Bellona, you definitely want to have Solitary of the Snow in the team, because you don't want Seaside Bellona to build focus. So she's just gonna blast you with a bunch of skill 2s non-stop, and you're just gonna get destroyed when she's carrying Ring or Special Drink. It's gonna be really easy for them to take you out, especially with attack buff. So they could have like Seaside Bellona as their only damage dealer. They just support her, you know, sustain her, bring layers of protection, and you're done for. It's that easy. So you really want to pick her last. So of course, man, like Last Rider Crown, not only you're reducing his cooldowns, his cooldown of skill number 3 every time you attack with skill 1 or skill 3, because every attack of Holiday Yufine is an AoE attack. It hits everyone. So you shorten his skill number 3 cooldown, and then that's more damage. He's gonna do it more often, more damage toward your team. And then that's immunity uptime that's high, that's gonna stick longer on their team. So you have to deal with a team that has team-wide immunity when you're relying on landing your burns. That doesn't work. Ambitious Tywin, he's gonna be cleansing debuffs. You know, team-wide removal of one debuff when he gets attacked once per turn. Like, that's really annoying as well. So yes, you do start the battle. Even if the enemy has immunity set, you start off with the skill number 3, so you don't have to worry about landing burns, and then you just blast those skill 1s back to back, and it can be quite deadly. Now the great thing with Holiday Yufine is that when you're fighting heroes that are evasion based and they don't have immunity, with Junkyard Dog artifact, it's pretty sweet when you land those burns, and those burns hurt real bad. It's based on 30% of your attack, it penetrates 70% of their defense. A lot of evasion-based heroes don't actually have good defense, so they're gonna take a lot of damage, as you just saw versus Remnant Violet. So that feels good. It's definitely a feel-good moment. She's self-sufficient. She gets greater attack buff in her own kit. You don't need to bring an attack buffer in the team. So that's really cool, but you definitely want to boost her survivability if you want to have her as your sole damage dealer, or you're running like 2 damage dealers and you're supporting them with maybe a knight, a soul weaver, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend that you put all your eggs in one basket. You know, Holiday Yufine as your sole damage dealer. It's gonna be rough, quite rough actually. So you know, there's Carrot, that if you attack her, she's gonna put a burn on Holiday Yufine, and you're constantly attacking everyone. Now, heroes that are on a counter set or have counter mechanism built in, you know, like Violet, you just counter attacks non-stop. Martial Artist Ken, you gotta ban that dude, because he could be on high effect resistance, or you might just keep on landing crits on him even if you don't build crit, and he's just gonna counter you, he's gonna murder you. So be careful about that. Elbrus Ritual Sword, you're attacking everyone, that thing is gonna trigger and trigger and trigger. So it's really rough, like I said before, really rough to position her, and you pick her last, and sometimes I'm forcing myself. Like when I'm showcasing a hero, I just bring the hero in every battle, even if it doesn't look good, but I pick them last. At least I have a better chance of not fighting you know, a team that will counter me super hard. There was a battle where I was fighting Seaside Bellona. I didn't put it in because it was too long. I fought Seaside Bellona. I had Solitary of the Snow, so she doesn't get focused. It worked, right? But as the battle dragged on, they took out my Solitary of the Snow, which is not built tanky, and then it went downhill from there really quick. Seaside just murdered me, and they were supporting her, and she was fairly tanky. Yeah, man, landing those burns, it's some really rough stuff sometimes. Resist, man, 15% innate resist. Not only you have to worry about the immunity set or immunity buff and cleansing, you gotta worry about the 15% innate resist. So it's a lot of stuff to think about. But I have some pretty good success by using her with decent amount of speed, like the 242 or what is it, 244 speed that I have on her. It's pretty sweet when you're not fighting a team that has 2 high speed heroes. Let's say they just bring 1 speed hero, you ban that hero, and then you might have a pretty good chance to go first with Holiday Yufine. 20% combativeness increase, nothing to scoff at, because that will push the majority of the rest of your team. And maybe you push something like a top model Luca, which has combativeness boosting in her kit as well. So that sets your whole team real nice, and you can bring all of them to go back to back, and you can hopefully take out one of their hero. I love this. When you take out the hero and they blow up with burn. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.